Hello everyone. I thought I've got to share this with you because I've been on an unexpected art course. So if any of you are watching and thinking, what do I do with coloured pencils? Like, I don't even own well, I've probably got some broken ones somewhere around, but I don't use coloured pencils. And yesterday at church, a friend of mine said he's going on an art course, and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And so rather impulsively, I decided I would go as well. So I signed up for it. Thankfully, there was a space. And so it was a little bit unexpected, but I couldn't wait to share with you. There are 3 pieces that came out of it. So this is my practice page that you can see. And this is my single piece of fruit. And this is my still life. So as you can see, it's about still life. And here's the funny thing about it. I didn't plan to go, but a friend mentioned it and I thought, why not? Why not try it? Now I was a little bit apprehensive because my last memory of going to an art class and doing still life and using, well, I couldn't even remember if I ever used coloured pencils, to be honest. I might have used it as a child, but I don't think I have done it as an adult. So I remember doing still life, but my memory of doing still life as a 15-year-old, so that's about 40 years ago, was just like just things put on a table, mainly fruit or vegetables or some sort of thing like that, and then you were just told, just get on with it. There was no teaching, and I'm not joking. And actually the teacher said to us today that his art teacher was awful as well. So I hope my art teacher's not looking at this. I can't remember their names. It obviously didn't make an impact on me because they didn't teach. They just let you get on with it. And I thought, oh, I really don't like that. But this man, and I'll probably do a lesson on this, he taught us about the different strokes. You probably can't see, but I took down notes. I tried it. I try to work out what the strokes are, what the hatching is, what is directional stroking, what's non-direct. He gave us all the kind of lingo, which I didn't know. I didn't know the language to do with graduation and layering and blending and burnishing. Never heard of it. But he taught us about perspective. Basically, he taught us stuff. I learned about shading, how to find light. He was really constructive critique, which was good. But I definitely left with new skills. So as I was doing, say, for example, the passion fruit, here are, I started off doing a really tiny one because passion fruits are quite small, aren't they, really? But he said, no, I want you to go big. And so I went big. And most of the people were using, the colour pencils that he provided, which I think were Stegler kind of coloured pencils. And I decided, no, I'm going to use some of them. And I wanted to use my Inktense pencils because I wanted to get a vibrant orange, as you can see here. And then I looked across and I saw this lady had done shading, and I would have done shading in grey or shades of grey, but I thought, why not use complementary colours? That's what she was using, and that's what he commented on. So then I kind of copied and I did a bit of complementary colours here. And then it was lunchtime, and he took his time arranging everything, and my initial response was, oh no, not still life. I was awful at still life at school. And then he talked about the different shapes and the folds in the cloth, and the shading of and the shine, and the texture and all this sort of thing. And so again, I did another piece. Okay, and he gave me some ideas on the shapes of things and the perspective of things. And so why am I telling you this? What it made me think about the spiritual parallel. It got me thinking about my creative walk with God. Sometimes we treat our walk with God a bit like an old art class, thinking, oh, well, I don't know if I can bother to turn up. And you think, oh, well, God is a bit distant and he's a bit far away and he's just telling us to just get on with it. And we feel like we have to figure it out all alone. But the truth is, when you're a Christian, the fact that Jesus came on earth to die for us means that we can have a personal relationship with God. And that means that he's more like today's teacher. He's patient, he's wise, he's ready to show us how to shade and put us on the straight and narrow. Be that critique, but be that, a sensitive critique, and to have mercy on us when we get things wrong, and to bring out the things in us that he wants us to shine and share with others, to glorify him, really. And so when we give God space, we start noticing those sort of subtle instructions of the Holy Spirit. Slowly our intuition grows, and the page of our life gains color, gains dimension, and I was thinking of that Bible verse in Psalm 32 verse 8, which it says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Isn't that really beautiful? So anyway, that was my thought for today, and I wanted to share it with you. I had a member in my creative sanctuary who was asking me about colored pencils, and I have to respond to her at some point on tips, because I don't think I have any tips. I just keep going, and keep learning and experimenting and seeing what God teaches you through it. But I guess I'm glad I went to this lesson and I learned some tips. And I'm sure what it does teach me is that I still need to learn some more, and I need to have some time, just like we need in any relationship with God. You need to have some time. So when we use creativity in our relationship with God, it just brings a different dimension. And that's why I created the Creative Sanctuary. So if this really resonates with you, I'd love for you to come to and join us in the Creative Sanctuary. Here it is, and I've left the link down in the description. So it's creativesoulspace.com/sanctuary 2025 September. Okay, so that's all in there, and I will love for you to join the Creative Sanctuary, because it's a place where you can start learning what it means to connect with God and use your creativity for his glory, and learn about what your relationship is when you spend time doing something creative. So I can't wait for you to join. The doors close on Friday, so that's it. That's all I want to say, really. I'd love for you to join. So whether or not you join, let this encourage you. God is not like a silent examiner, because I did actually feel in this. I felt in this art lesson that I was in an exam or something, but God is not a silent examiner. He is the patient artist, ready to teach, ready to guide, and turn your blank page into something beautiful. So, so what I would really appreciate for you is to say, what has this taught you? Make a comment down below. What are you going to do next when it comes to your creativity and joining the dots up with God? Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. God bless.